Hi, how are you? So here we are going to talk about IELTS. Now you will have a lot of questions in your mind. What is IELTS? Can I apply for re-evaluation? What is the difference between general IELTS and academic IELTS? Is there any age limit to take up IELTS? What is the minimum age limit? Can I apply for these set of colleges with general IELTS? Or can I apply for some institutions with general IELTS? Can I write, instead of general IELTS, can I take up academic IELTS even if I'm going for work abroad? So you might have a lot of questions like this. Yes? This IELTS test is taken by many students, and with a lot of questions in their mind, they come to me, they come asking, what should I do? What are the do's and don'ts for IELTS? Can I prepare for IELTS in 40 days? Can I prepare for IELTS for 1 year? So a lot of questions come up to me, and I thought we should answer all these questions in a video. You can ask me this question. I have a lot of questions answered in YouTube videos. A lot of IELTS related videos are there in public. So there are a lot of questions answered. What is so special about this particular video on this channel? So this is something what I'm going to make. I'm going to make a lot of difference in my video. Like, I'm going to make it interactive. That's why I started the video with how are you? So I expect your answer. I'm fine, thank you. And how are you? I would say I'm fine. So this is how we start preparing for IELTS. Like interactive, being interactive. Just imagine, I'm going to ask how are you? And you're going to tell me I'm fine. So our conversation, that's the end of conversation. Our conversation will not prolong, right? So you have to ask me how I am and how I've been doing. So I can answer. Probably we'll talk about where you're coming from, your hometown, what do you work, are you working or studying, and what do you study if in case you're studying, and what are you working if in case you're working. So this is how our conversation will expand. This is what is IELTS all about. IELTS is International English Language Testing System. IELTS is something, it evaluates your English language proficiency. How good are you in your speaking? How good are you in your listening? How good are you in your reading and writing? Now, IELTS has got two categories. One is general IELTS, the other one is academic IELTS. The general IELTS has got some difference from the academic version. The general IELTS you have to take when you want to travel abroad and settle down. You want to just go and work. You take general IELTS. Now academic, people say, a lot of students talk about academic IELTS, and they talk about academic IELTS and say, this is very difficult. You know, the difference between academic and general IELTS is both has got reading, listening, speaking and writing. Reading, listening, speaking and writing. So what is the difference? The difference is the academic version is a little tough when compared to general version. Why? If you're a student, I told you, when you want to go for work, you have to take up general. When you want to go for study, go and study abroad, you have to take up academic IELTS. Now, you can ask me, what is the test format? People say IELTS, and I have to register, and I have to go for classes, I have to prepare, how long it will take for me to prepare. Yes, I'll answer everything. I'll answer all your questions. To start with, I'm telling you, IELTS is International English Language Testing System. IELTS is going to evaluate your English speaking skills. Not only speaking, English skills. It does not evaluate your IQ. What is IQ? IQ is your intellectual quotient. Okay? You could be exceptional. You could be too good in your discipline. Okay? I don't want to say discipline. In your course, in your area of expertise. Okay? Engineering, being a doctor, being a nurse, or any computer science student. You could be a genius in that, no doubt about it. But you cannot use those skills in IELTS. Okay, that's why I say IELTS is something which evaluates your English language proficiency, not your intellectual quotient. Now I told you about different components here. Okay, now I want to move into for test format. I'm going to make it very simple here. I'm not going to complicate this. Okay, what is complication? Okay, I'll complicate you for a while. IELTS has got two different components here. IELTS evaluates your English language proficiency on the basis of receptive and productive skills. Didn't you get complicated? Didn't you get confused? Yes, receptive and productive. Receptive and productive. What do you mean by receptive and productive? Receptive is something what you receive. Productive is something what you give. Okay. Receptive is something where you receive your language. Productive is something what you give your language. It's a little confusing. Receptive is listening and reading. Listening and reading. You get your language. IELTS will give you the language. So these are passive skills. You're not producing language. Passive skills. Writing and speaking are productive. Productive skills. Those are active skills. You give the language. Easy? First I confused you. I made it difficult. Then I made it easy, isn't it? So these are passive skills. These are active skills. What are passive skills? Where you don't produce language, where you receive language. Here in productive skills, you produce language. Produce language, speaking, writing. Receive language, reading and listening. They give language. Okay? Simple. So 4 components. Now which component is most difficult? Which one should I take first? If I register, which one would come first? Yes. If you register for the test, most often speaking will come first. Okay? That happens on a separate day. Your speaking test will happen on a separate day. Your L, W and R, that is listening, writing and reading, will happen on a separate day. How many hours is the test? That's what you asked me. Yes. The test will happen for 2 hours and 45 minutes. That's pretty long, isn't it? I cannot sit for that long, but what happens is during your practice session, you can just practice yourself tolerance level. You have to increase your tolerance level to take up this test. What tolerance level? You have to be patient. Time management is everything. Being patient is everything in IELTS. If in case you're not patient, if in case you're kind of restless, no, I want to go home, I want to finish this and go meet my friends, then that is going to be difficult for you. Because it's 2 hours and 45 minutes continuously. Whereas speaking happens for 11 to 14 minutes. Now let's go in detail and attend the format of the test. Just check the format. Since I told you about speaking, I'll start with the speaking first. Speaking test is something what you just come inside, sit in front of another person and you will start speaking to that person. Simple? Isn't it simple? Yeah. If he or she is your friend, then it's simple. If they are not your friend, he or she is a stranger. That person you don't know. So how will you talk? Difficult, isn't it? We'll come to that. I'll make it very easy for you.